This Heritage Humane Society's Pause for Pause segment is proudly sponsored by Mermaid Books.
Well, it's now 20 minutes after 9, and as if you'll pardon the pun, I let the cat out of the bag. Darci VanderSlik is here from Heritage Humane Society, and we've let her little friend Tadpole out of her carrier, and it is a she, right?
Actually, it's a he.
It's a he. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, Tadpole, I made a gaffe already here.
I know,
so
it's okay.
It's going to be fine. So anyway, she's joined us here today, and before we get started, Darci, I want to tell you a quick little story. I don't know if you saw this on Facebook, social media, or not, but someone had made a video of a cat's owner that passed away, and it was on a smartphone. And this little cat started watching it, and then it cuddles up to the smartphone.
Oh, man.
That's one of those amazing animal stories.
Yeah, I think I saw just a glimpse of it, but I wasn't in the mood to cry right then. So
Yeah.
I couldn't watch the whole thing. I knew that was going to be, there was a warning.
Yeah.
It's a tearjerker, so I had to pass on that one.
If you want to send me a friend request, it's on my wall or homepage or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, I couldn't not post something like that.
I know.
But because,
So sweet.
as you know, I'm an animal lover, and I've become a real animal lover since I've been working here at WMBG because I get the honor of hosting Heritage Humane every Tuesday morning.
Well, good.
So
That makes me
anyway,
happy.
well, a little story. Let's get on with the meat of our discussion this morning. And Hurricane Florence is out in the Atlantic Ocean, and let's talk about what we can do to keep our pets safe during an incident like that.
Tadpole's going to
Tadpole's going to come and see me. Okay.
take over the radio board over there.
That is perfectly fine.
Oh man, no! We have a really serious storm coming our way, and like I posted yesterday on the Heritage Humane Society's blog, it's not a question of if, but when something like this happens to the coastal area of Virginia, because we are very susceptible to disasters like hurricanes because we are right there in the Tidewater region.
That's right.
And it's always good to be prepared, and especially with pet owners. If you own a pet,
yeah, Tadpole's over by my
making
leg.
Making himself at home. He's now scratching the carpet. But like I was saying, I mean, it's always a good idea to prepare yourself. And we have a list of things that you can start to gather in a little pet kit. So to say is what we really suggest people do is to get a kit prepared in a watertight sealed container with your pet's identification in it. Be sure that your pets first and foremost have updated ID tags on their collars, and that they are updated with microchip information. So if your pet is not microchipped, you can go to any vet really and just call ahead and ask or request for a microchip, and any vet can do that for just a minimal fee, and it could save your pet's life. And quite frankly, microchips and collars are the number one way that you can easily reconnect with your pet if you guys do get separated. That is the easiest and quickest way to get your pet back to you.
Well, since we have more power on the new FM channel, 93.5, Mary Bunting, the city manager in the city of Hampton, was on last night on social media with a little video. She had the police chief and fire chief. And the shelters in Hampton are taking people as well as pets.
Wow.
Isn't that special?
That is awesome.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And I was really touched by that because Mrs. Bunting said, or Madam Manager, we'll call her since she's a city manager, she said that she understands that pets are part of the family. And to keep people, to cut down on anxiety, the last thing that you want to do is leave your pets behind in the home if you have to evacuate to a shelter.
That's exactly right.
Which is a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I don't know about Williamsburg, James City County, or York County, but the city of Hampton is doing that, which I think is fabulous, by the way.
That is fabulous. That is, I mean, leaving your pet behind should not be an option.
No.
That should not even cross your mind because, not only does it put your pet's life at risk. It could also put rescue workers' life at risk after the fact of them trying to go back in to find your pet afterwards. So
That's absolutely correct. And they
Yes.
said that on that video.
good.
That it's perilous for the first responders or rescuers as well.
Yes.
So I thought that was fantastic.
And you're a first responder too, aren't you? Like,
yes, I am.
yeah. So I mean, that's not fair to you guys either. And then honestly, if you have a pet that's outside, bring them in for this storm.
Absolutely.
Don't tie them outside. Don't let them fend for themselves because they can't. And just like with fireworks, any animal that hears these loud winds and bangs and things flying through the air, they're going to think that this is the apocalypse pretty much. And it very easily could be for them because
Absolutely.
they don't know what's going on. So they're going to do whatever they can to save their life. And that means running away and sometimes far away. And many times when disasters like this happen, pets aren't able to get back with their owners afterwards. So we are doing whatever we can to make that not a non-issue.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of the storms they had, what was it, down on the Gulf Coast or something, you wound up with some animals at Heritage Humane that were orphaned because of those storms, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that was last year, I think it was.
Yeah. Yep, that was last year.
I think I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and another really important note is that we are not able, Heritage Humane Society is not able to take pets owned by people. So if you need to, Tadpole is just having a blast in this office. He's making this his own personal jungle gym, pretty much.
Yeah, I can tell.
He is just running all over. But because kennel space is so valuable at Heritage Humane Society, we are unable to take owned pets.
Right.
So we need to keep these kennels open for stray pets that come in and that are out there without anybody looking out for them. That's what we need to save our kennel space for here at Heritage Humane.
And not only that, if you're a pet owner, that's the same in my book as being a parent.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't leave your children behind. So
Yeah.
You would make preparations for your cats or your dogs or rabbits or whatever as well. Yeah.
And a good rule of thumb is if you are evacuating, which I know that there are some evacuation orders in place for this area right now.
Yes.
Go onto our website, onto our blog, heritagehumanesociety.org/hurricane. We have 2 links there that will link to different hotels that are pet friendly. And it's a good rule of thumb to have at least 2 or 3 hotels lined up on your evacuation route that are pet friendly that you can go to with your pets if you're not going to the Hampton shelters.
Right.
Oh my goodness, this kitten.
Well, I suspect that we will receive an influx of folks here in the greater Williamsburg area. We do traffic in the first hour of this show each day, and traffic is backed up I-664 northbound at the Monitor Merrimack Tunnel for over 2 miles because everyone's evacuating, coastal Suffolk and Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, and they're avoiding the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel.
Okay.
So as I told people, even though we don't do traffic in the 9 o'clock hour, there's a strong possibility that that those folks are going to wind up on I-64 westbound. So probably by lunchtime or a little bit longer after that, we could have a real mess of the westbound lane.
Yeah.
Folks heading to points west. But anyway, enough about that. Now, the Drool in the Pool has been canceled, I understand.
Yeah,
Is that right?
was last weekend. And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
yeah, unfortunately, that has been canceled, and there's not a rain date for that one. So we're just going to have to...
They're going to let them drain the pool.
Look forward to next year.
And we'll shoot for 19.
Yep, exactly. Right. But coming up next weekend we have our Make Par for Pets Golf Classic.
That's right.
And let me warn you guys, spots are filling up very fast.
Good.
So if you are interested, or if you are a pet lover and a golfer, and you know pet lovers who are also golfers, get your foursome together, get your teams together, and register right now. Actually, I would recommend doing it today. because spots are filling up very, very fast.
Darci says, call me now.
Yes.
or call
This is
Heritage
your fair
Humane.
warning.
That's
Yes,
right. You've
so-
been so notified, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, anything else going on we need to talk about today?
You
or-
know, we're over at the shelter right now. We are prepping hardcore for Hurricane Florence to make landfall, and we have a list of things that our pets over at the shelter urgently need, such as tarps, duct tape, bungee cord, stuff like that, so that we can start getting prepared. We have been getting prepared pretty much all week, I should say. So just a heads up about that. If you are out getting prepared for yourself, perhaps maybe check out our Facebook page, check out our blog, and see if there's anything on that list that you could maybe pick up for the shelter pets. That would help us out greatly.
Okay. Yeah, well, that sounds fantastic. Well, we appreciate you coming in and stopping your part of the preparations over at Heritage Humane to be with us here on the radio, and stay safe and keep all those animals safe over at the shelter. And we will talk to you next Tuesday morning.
Thank you very much.
Same bat time, same bat channel. It is 9:30, FM 93.5, The Berg, WMBG, AM 740. We've got more great stuff coming up.
Mermaid Books is proud to have sponsored this Pause for Pause segment. Mermaid Books, used and rare books, antiques, vintage postcards, classic fiction, children's books, and of course, books about all creatures great and small.